From metal objects in space to metal objects out of proportion, today we get to see some artwork from around the world. Welcome to Nevada Museum of Art, a place where you can experience the amazing world of creativity and perspective. With activities for all ages, the Nevada Museum of Art will be a great place to visit, and often. They have a few permanent galleries and exhibits to see, but often change out their other galleries to keep things new. Browsing around, I started to see many different types of art I never even knew could exist. There were metal sculptures, wood structures, paintings, photography, and so much more. Some of the art covered political messages while others raised awareness to problems with nature. Heading to the first showcase, we got to see these cool-looking sculptures crafted by J.B. Blanc and Alma Allen. Together they made several pieces of art out of wood, metal, and stone. Some of their work was heavily influenced by nature, while others captured a more abstract, surreal structure from the use of various metals. The person who created the sculpture behind me was Alma Allen. His work often recalls vegetation in it, and this sculpture was made with bronze. What I found most interesting was the detail that went into many of these pieces. Their talent and craftsmanship was fascinating to see. Our next stop visited a gallery with a lot of quilts and some very nice design elements. Each one was made by the artist Anne Johnston. She made each one by hand-dyeing cotton cloth with some great detail. Inspired by the Sierra Nevada region, her collection represents much of her experience with the area since 1960. All of them had some kind of story behind their creation, like this one, called Smoke at Sunset. Anne Johnston made this hand-dyed cotton quilt to represent the night when she was having dinner and ash started falling from the sky during a red, smoky evening. Read the description of each quilt to discover the unique experience each one represents. At this time, we took a detour from the professional stuff to try and create some works of art of our own. An arts and crafts session was taking place that showed us how to mix colors and create pictures on postcards we could send to anyone around the world. I've been in this room during past visits, and I've done many activities here. Each one gives us something to take home and a lesson to learn from. These projects are always a lot of fun. Moving on to another work of art, we got to see some cool designs crafted out of tree trunks. But what their actual meaning is based on is quite fascinating. Each pole is designed by a different artist depicting a memorial tradition by the Aboriginal tribes of Australia. These themselves are not actual memorial pieces, but representations. An actual memorial carving would house the bones of deceased people. Combined with the carvings, a ceremony was performed to help guard the spirit after death. And these works of art are here to teach us about the culture. Closely looking at the poles, you can see the amount of effort that went into making each one. There's great detail in every carving. And the similarities in the artwork from pole to pole gives unity to the entire group, combining them with a great meaningful artistic message. Walking around each floor, you can see several examples of other artwork, some local, some not. This one gallery of Paul Valadez's work was fascinating. You can see a lot of great artwork of a bygone era represented from a Latino perspective. And this collection by Helen Lundeberg depicts how transportation has transformed over our history. All of these have their own unique style that was incredible to see. Following the layout of the floor plan, we eventually ended up in a showing with lots of bird art. Each painting or creation was done up by a different artist. Different styles of art with different birds from around the world produced a great collection of both knowledge and beauty. Some of them even had a message to deliver, like this one. An L.B. Gottlieb painted this painting behind me to represent the imbalance between invasive species and native species. I've noticed nearly every project had a meaning or lesson to understand. Reading the descriptions of each project helped me understand more clearly the depth of what I was looking at. We took a break from the walk around to see a performance. A didgeridoo musician was demonstrating the structure and variation of these unique instruments. Originating in Australia, the didgeridoo was originally made from fallen tree trunks, hollowed out naturally by termites. The ones he showed us were all hand-carved variations, so no termites were involved. But they sounded great nonetheless. Along with other wind instruments, he put on a great performance. I think my favorite was the Japanese flute. Take a listen. presentation was over, we got to come up front and try out one of his many didgeridoos. It was really hard to blow in them and get the sound that he made. He was also able to have a continuous sound, whereas I had to keep coming up for air. Still, I had a lot of fun. By the time we had to leave, I realized there was an entire world of art that I never knew could possibly even exist. Seeing the creativity and the unique perspective of each artist showed me that it isn't always just about the amount of effort going into a project, but it also should have a meaning. I don't even begin to assume I've learned everything there is to know about the world of creativity, but the Nevada Museum of Art has given me a good glimpse of what's out there. If you're looking to be inspired by amazing work, or simply wish to learn about something through the passionate eyes of an artist, be sure to put the Nevada Museum of Art on the map. See you next time.